displaced by a devastating flooding in South Sudan, which has been largely attributed to the impact of climate change. Several isolated villages in the remote parts of the country were inundated, leaving local farmers in a state of despair, as most of their belongings and farmlands are engulfed by water. Now, South Sudan is among several African countries that have been adversely affected by floods, displacing thousands of citizens across the continent. Let's have more details of that in this report.
Forests and livestock here are engulfed by water. Farmers have had to take to fishing. Isolated villages that are cut off by the water are now island communities.
Life here is very difficult. The situation is worsening because of food shortage. The food rations from the United Nations are not enough to sustain my family. We normally get fish, but there's no firewood for cooking. Trees have died due to floods.
More than 230,000 people are displaced by the natural disaster resulting from climate change. They are now living in this internally displaced persons camp. These camp houses some people who have stayed here for more than 8 years. There are those who ran away when violence broke out in South Sudan. And then there are those who came here because of the floods. And now, because of fighting in Sudan, some people have also come here. The internally displaced persons camp is surrounded by dikes which are monitored 24/7 by South Sudan's police and the UN peacekeepers to ensure that when water breaks them, they are fixed.
This patrol is very important because while we are doing the patrol, we observe the security situation within the IDP camp. We deliver safety. While we're doing this patrol, we deliver safety and security within the patrol.
South Sudan's Water and Irrigation Ministry say torrential rains and rising water levels in Lake Victoria Basin in Uganda are largely responsible for the flooding. Lake Victoria feeds the Nile River, which passes through South Sudan. More water in the Sud region, which is a huge swampy area, means it overflows into places like Bentiu.
Given the warning from our national government, our partners and the state government have been working on upgrading the dikes so that should worse be worse in October or now as it has approached, then we would be able to save lives.
South Sudan's government has ordered those living in low land to move to higher grounds. It says it expects more water from the Nile River this year, meaning more camps like this could be created in the other parts of the country as well due to the floods.